Thank you, Mr. Chair. The HALT Fentanyl Act is one of the most important pieces of legislation this body could possibly address. We all understand something must be done to stop this deadly drug from killing more of our loved ones. I do not believe our communities that are being ravaged by fentanyl can wait long while this important legislation is implemented. That is why I am offering this simple amendment to speed up the process of rulemaking by the Attorney General. My amendment will cut the timeline for interim final rulemaking by the Attorney General in half. I repeat, in half. Law enforcement needs these tools to keep our communities safe, and my amendment seeks to save lives across our country by requiring the Attorney General to expedite the rulemaking process while allowing enough time for sound policy making. Fentanyl is killing far too many people year after year in Ohio. In March alone, 130 people died from fentanyl overdoses just in Cuyahoga County. We must come together here in Congress to address this with the urgency that it needs. Focusing on substance use disorder treatments and harm reduction techniques alone will not address the unique threat posed by fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances that can kill a person instantly when laced with other substances or pills. We must keep Americans safe. I urge all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support my amendment.
Will the gentleman yield?
Yes, the gentleman will yield to the gentleman from Kentucky.
I support Mr. Miller's amendment, which would require the Attorney General to issue interim final rules to implement this act 6 months after the date of enactment. Fentanyl-related substances will still be permanently placed in Schedule 1 immediately. They should be placed there. This amendment would accelerate the timeline for which the Attorney General would be required to issue the interim final rule and therefore speed up the implementation process. I believe this amendment improves the bill and is necessary, especially at a time when fentanyl has become the leading cause of death for 18 to 45-year-olds. I urge a yes vote on this amendment, and I yield back to the gentleman from Ohio.
I thank the gentleman from Kentucky for his support. Last month in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, law enforcement confiscated rainbow fentanyl, which is designed to resemble candy and market this deadly drug to children. Simply put, this is death disguised as candy. Just last month, local law enforcement, the DEA, and the United States District Attorney's Office busted an organized drug trafficking ring involving 18 individuals who were involved in the distribution of fentanyl across the communities I represent in Ohio's 7th Congressional District. Once again, I urge all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support my amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Does any member seek time in opposition? Seeing none, the gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
I reserve the balance of my time, or close, excuse me.
The gentleman has the only time remaining.
Yes. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.
Thank you.
The question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Ohio. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.